everyone, my name is Anna Cramling and I am joined here with International Master Levy, also known as GothamChess. Levy, welcome to Sweden.
Yeah, it's great. It's my first time in Sweden. We just spent 3 days in Copenhagen and we were welcomed here with 10 degrees less and rain. So thank you, Anna.
Levy, there is a lot of jokes between Danes and Swedes, and both of us are trying to be better than the other country. So please don't start this interview by saying that Denmark is better than Sweden.
No. So far you are losing by a lot. But no, Copenhagen was great, and I have twice the amount of time here. Although I will be spending it locked in this quite beautiful place, actually, but a basement to play chess. But that's what I signed up for. So.
Yeah, this is Svarta This is the chess bar where we're going to be playing the match between you and my mother, Grandmaster Pia Cramling. Now, this is starting in less than 24 hours. You're going to be playing as Pia on that seat in less than 24 hours. And you're also starting with the white pieces. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm about to play a chess tournament. I'm pretty relaxed. I don't know if it's because I'm also on vacation. Also, my wife is joining me. I went to Italy earlier this year alone, and that was okay, but it was stressful, jet lag, etc. So I'm super relaxed, but whether or not that will, fuel good chess or terrible chess, we're gonna find out. So I was also very relaxed before the last tournament that I played, and pretty confident, and then I played the worst chess of my life. So we'll see.
But even though you're so relaxed, how much have you actually prepared for this?
Not as much as I wanted and not as much as I should have. I will say that. But I mean, preparation basically just means I had this, roadmap in mind where I was going to play training games for all the openings that I wanted to play. But when I started preparing against Pia, I was mildly disheartened because I'm just she's so solid. She's just she just plays really classical, good, fundamental positional chess. So I don't think any sort of preparation will matter. I kind of followed Daniil Dubov's advice, which is prep doesn't really matter too much. Good sleep, good mood, and then that will help you calculate. So having said that, I've probably lost about 100 Blitz and bullet points over the last week, just trying to enjoy myself. So, but my mood is great, and my sleep has been pretty good. I'm not jet lagged anymore. So yeah, I don't know. It's there's a lot of emotions, but yeah, we'll see.
But Levy, you're saying this at the same time as you a few weeks ago literally beat Napo in Title Tuesday. You've beaten some extremely strong chess players this year playing Blitz. Do you feel like Blitz is going to be your strongest point this match, or are you more comfortable with another time control?
No. I mean, I don't know how many experts have weighed in on the match. I know that the fans have a lot of opinions. And yeah, the big talking point is Pia's online Blitz rating is whatever, 2,300 and mine is 2,850. But it's ridiculous because, that's 3-0. It's online. It's not 3+2. It's not over the board. So I don't really buy into the whole thing. If my only advantage is in Blitz, because I'm not even sure that part is true. I would also like to think it's not as big of a gap in classical. People think I'm going to get 4-0'd in classical. I feel if I didn't just have my last bad tournament, I just had a couple of good ones in a row, maybe the fans would sort of be more believing in me a bit more. I believe in myself. Actually, for me, the biggest mystery is Rapid, because I literally have never played Rapid. I don't think I've ever played a 15-minute chess game. I've played 25-minute, and I guess 10, on chess.com a little bit. So I'm mostly nervous for that, but by then we will both know what the status of the match is after 4 classical games. So if one of us is out of form or if we're fighting on even terms, but yeah, by then it kind of won't matter as much.
I literally just realized that you're 2,800 Blitz though.
Yeah, I just got my peak 2,875, but I think right now it's October 2024 in case people are watching this 6 months in the future. I think there's a period of rating inflation going on chess.com. I'm 2,875 and I'm a huge idiot. So, and then I look and people are 2,930 and I'm that's an even bigger idiot than me. How did they get to 2,900? Yeah. So I don't know, sometimes there's these periods where everybody floats up, everybody floats down. I've been playing pretty well. I mean, I got a bit lucky against Nepo, but it was a huge win. And I mean, there's Fabi, Hans, Ferrugia, Hikaru a long time ago. I just need Magnus. It's my last.
Those are people you've beaten?
Yeah, online. Yeah.
Levy!
I'm
scared for my mother.
broken clock is right twice a day. Like, and there's some
Okay.
other sayings about, like,
Am I allowed now to say some good stuff about my mom?
Yes, of course. I never said anything negative. I'm saying, like, she's probably a favorite, but that doesn't, I believe in myself, so.
No, of course. No, but actually my mom, she's played very little online chess,
Yeah, that's what I was saying, yeah.
but she has played quite a lot of over-the-board Blitz. And she had one really good tournament where she became 5th in the world in Blitz for a woman, right?
Yeah, I can't even qualify for the World Rapid and Blitz. Like, my rating's too low, so.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to see what happens.
Will she play in New York?
No, I am. I'm so sorry, Mom, but she's gonna be commentating one of my tournaments. But she didn't really plan on playing anyways.
Yeah, the Swedish, the Rilton Cup.
Yeah, exactly. Now, how much did you know about my mom growing up? Like, have you always known who she is, or was she a name you didn't know?
I didn't know too much, but not because of anything your mom did. I've never been much of a chess historian. So, like, growing up, most of the chess that I played was online. I mean, most of the chess exposure that I had is I would play a lot online. Blitz, like, I was kind of like a Blitz and Bullet kid my whole life. I even now am not sure I could name the world champions in order.
Yeah.
I mean, I would really need to, like, think about it. So I didn't know too much about her until, the last few years. But the same can be said for, like, most top Grandmasters. I really did not follow a huge amount of top-level chess or historical games. Obviously, over the last few years, a lot more. Now I know Pia's openings like the back of my hand, so... and her playing style and some of her, like, best wins and, like, her recent, you guys played in the Olympiad together, so a lot more now.
So you have done your research.
Yeah, I've done my research, but, like, there's not much you can prep. When a player is not, let's say, like, they don't have that many weaknesses, there's not much I can do. I just have to outplay them. So.
And what is your impression of her after having, done all this research and found all her games? What is your impression of my mother?
I mean, she's very nice. I think she's, like, the most beloved person in the world of chess. Maybe by the numbers, it's Anand, actually. But yeah, I think Pia is, like, definitely up there. I mean, my impressions of Pia are probably not, like, that different than people who just watch all the videos that you record with her, right? Like, I haven't really had... We had a few interactions that were, let's say, off camera when you guys visited New York. And, I mean, she's very nice, very kind. And I have, like, a parasocial relationship with Pia when I watch her commentate your games. And then I've enjoyed clips where, like, you win or lose, and then you're zooming her when she's, like, at home, and she just wants to analyze the game, and you're, like, dying and want food. And she's just like, no, there was, like, this moment. And I'm just glad I don't have to... She can't kill me with kindness at the board because she can't talk to me here. Like,
no.
She's so nice, and she just has this way of, like, kind of, like, putting you at ease and then just, like, destroying you. And that's what I felt when we played in New York. She was, like, very sweet, very kind, also while killing me. So here, we don't get to talk to each other. We just have to, like, play moves. So it'll be very different.
Yeah, and you'll be sitting right there. I'll be sitting exactly here. This is where my mom is going to be sitting. And hopefully you'll get to see a more... not nice version.
Yeah, hopefully nothing. This isn't like slam the clock or call the arbiter or ask how many monitors I have and where I'm looking and.
No.
So
we're just surrounded by a bunch of chessboards, and it's going to be really quiet here, and I think it's going to look very nice. And also, we're surrounded by a bunch of chess books. Like, we have your chess book over there.
Yeah, it's going to be very embarrassing. I need to win some games. Like, if I don't win any games, that's going to be a really, really risky, book title. But maybe I can draw inspiration from, some of these books. I see, like, I think one of my rivals is down there. Got a lot of historic clocks. No, it's like a beautiful venue, and like I said, if an explosion goes off upstairs, I don't think we would hear it.
No, there's so much noise canceling everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, we really made sure of that.
It's probably the nicest place I played. This year I also played in Madrid. Played in Italy. That was a huge basketball gym.
A basketball gym?
Yeah, it's like a really huge athletic facility, and they had, maybe 500 people playing in the same room. It is pretty cool, but it's like 100 degrees Fahrenheit, so it smelled.
But is that how you grew up as well? Because when I grew up playing chess, it would only be in these really not nice venues where it would be kind of like gyms or it would be like old schools or whatever. So I feel like this is a new way of playing chess, having a nicer venue, setting up everything nice. That's not typically what your random chess tournament is.
Yeah, but it's also, I think most places are pretty low budget. But yeah, I grew up playing in, if like a high school didn't have classes on the weekend, that's where you would go. Europe is very famous for the 5 tournaments in one giant area. I played like that in the Czech Republic. It is kind of cool. It's, you see all these people and the whole room idolizes the people at the top 10 boards because they're all grandmasters and that's very special. Now in the age of streamers, they have to kind of like move us off to the side because people just want to watch our games. So that's a completely different dynamic. It was very nice in Italy. It's very nice here in just a very different way.
That's awesome. Speaking of all your tournaments, you're doing right now a road to becoming a grandmaster. How much chess do you actually have time to study with all the YouTube and all the content that you do?
I was doing a lot better in the middle of this year, and then I actually had a pretty wild schedule. I was considering going to Global Chess League in London at the beginning of this month, flying home for a week, coming here to play this match, going home. On November 7th, starting another tournament at home. That ended on November 11th, and then I wanted to fly to Singapore for the World Championship, like not to play, to maybe cover and do some media, and then maybe Dubai and Thailand for a vacation. And then I had a huge existential crisis where I was like, that's all I want to do. And then I still have to write a second book, which is due in like 2 months. I mean, again, whenever people watch this, it's already done. And I'm trying to relaunch my own educational platform. So that's taking a lot of work. So over the last 3 months, I've taken 2 months, let's say. I've taken a step back. I had the bad tournament. So I said, okay, I'm going to rest for the rest of this year. I'm going to play this match. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm not going to put that much pressure on myself. And then it's going to resume in 2025. Like I'm going to take lessons. I've had some like wild high-level coaches hit me up because for them, it's also a big deal. I've worked a bit with Arturs Neiksans, the Latvian Grandmaster. He messaged me when the whole thing started, and he's a good coach and super nice guy. I don't know how much of a professional coach he is, meaning that's all he does. Like there are some chess players who are like 2,700 level, and they've coached, the top 10 players in the world, and they're hitting me up like, I can help you. And I'm like, I don't know if you can. I don't know. It could be a lost cause. But so
no, don't say that.
No, I mean,
it's not a lost cause at all.
It's not. But,
I believe you can become a grandmaster.
Well, thank you. I somewhere deep inside, I do as well. The last tournament was kind of like a severe beating that I took, but I also, I wasn't ever going to start this journey and play like 10 good tournaments in a row and make 3 norms and get to 2,500, or else Vladimir would have been all over that. Yeah, I mean, I think I can do it. Just like when I really dedicate myself to chess and study it like almost like a full-time job, I feel myself getting better. But it's so hard to do that. I mean, you've played a lot of tournaments, like sometimes you put in the work and you do well, or you don't put in the work and you do poorly. Sometimes you put in the work and you still play like so it's like... And
that's the worst part. That is where you just become so sad and you just feel like it's a lost cause. But we gotta keep believing, We gotta... That is really cool, though, that you still have time to do that. If you had to make a prediction on when you think you're going to become a grandmaster, what would that be?
Like at least 3 to 4 years, because I can't play as much as I want. I mean, I'll be happy to get it by like 35, which is 6 years away and 2 months. But I don't see why not. Like now, resources are more available than ever. Most people's barrier is like time in the face of raising a family or working on a full-time job. Travel is really hard. I think if I was like in a good mood and playing in, locations that weren't ultra stressful, filled with like sharks who are children and 200 points underrated, I could probably do it. Like, and I don't even mean round robins. Like obviously right now there's a whole stigma. You just get 9 other people together. And they'll lose to you because they're invited like to your tournament or they're playing against you or whatever it might be. But even opens, I mean, there's nice opens in Spain and just like really nice places you can go, feel, at ease, 1 game a day. So we'll see. But if I don't get it by 35, then I think it might be a lost cause. At that point, I'm getting too old.
I agree with you though that going to nice tournaments in Spain, etc., you literally play better because you feel so happy in that environment.
Yeah, like in the States, you play 9 games in 5 days in a basement somewhere. Like a homeless guy like pisses on you before you get into the hotel. It's wild playing.
Don't
tournaments
tell
in
me
New York.
this. I have never played a tournament in the U.S. I don't want this to be the idea that I have.
This won't happen anywhere that's not New York City, probably. But yeah, like New York City is kind of wild. I mean, you experience. Like I have to take the subway to the chess tournament. It's like a 50-50 if you're going to see someone punch someone on the train in the city, on any given day. So it's much better in a relaxed, warm destination.
Now, psychology is a really important part of chess.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I have always wondered is, does it affect you in any way to know that you're playing a Grandmaster?
I think so. I think probably there's no better evidence of this than like I installed a Chrome extension. So now when I play Title Tuesday, I don't know who I'm playing. I beat Nepo and Hans with that extension. I think I knew I was playing Firouzja when I beat him, but I've beaten some really good players and I didn't know I was playing them. In classical chess, I don't know. When I go back through if I go through my rating history list of over-the-board games, I think some games I lose to GMs I just play badly. Like I don't think it has anything to do with them being GMs. I just miss things. But yeah, definitely there is a bit of that move. Like they play a move and I'm thinking, I didn't expect that move. It must be a good move because they're GM, which if I was playing somebody I was 200 points higher rated, then I'd be like, that was kind of a stupid move. So I don't even think it's necessarily GM. It's just I'm playing a stronger, more experienced, higher rated player. So yeah, for sure there's some psychology, but for me, I'm like a streaky basketball player. Like when I lose a game, I'll lose 5 more games.
You felt.
Yeah, I didn't know I was like that until I had a few tournaments like that where, I just show up and I'm sitting at the board no matter what I do this game, I'm going to lose. There's nothing I can do about it, which is a weird feeling. So I don't know. Definitely part of it is psychological when you play GMs, but I think for me, it's when I know I'm playing bad and I have to keep playing, it's oh boy, here we go again. Let's try not to lose this one. Or let's, find a new way to lose this game. So hopefully it doesn't happen this match, but we'll see. 12 Blitz games in a day will be pretty crazy.
Yeah, because that, I think, is going to be a lot about the flow. If you feel like you're coming in and you have good flow, you can win so many games in a row.
Yeah.
And same with the opposite if you start losing. With psychology then, do you feel like it's more that you respect a lot your opponents more than you doubt yourself? Or do you also, how do you feel with yourself? Because I know that I struggle a lot with that when I'm competing in chess. I can start doubting myself a lot with different moves and think, oh, is this really what I should play? Is there something else? How do you feel with that?
Yeah, I would say it's 80 to 90% self-doubt. But I think it's the same with decision-making in real life. So if you are prone to overthinking or trying to overcomplicate a situation or think especially if you have to have a conversation with someone, what are they going to say? I mean, there's many instances where this comes up. And yeah, in chess, part of it is definitely that. And then I think for me, part of it is also if your calculation is bad, no amount of psychology will fix you. So if you can't calculate properly and you're not doing a good job calculating, you're not practicing calculation a lot, short variations, quick studies you can solve in 3 minutes, long puzzles, your psychology will kind of be pretty bad. But if you're at the foundation of high-level chess, if your calculation is very good, you can get away with nonsense in the opening. You can get away with a lot of things where, you're in prep, but you're whatever, when I get out of prep, I'll still be able to outplay my opponent. Whereas if you're not calculating well, you just doubt yourself a lot. And I mean, I had many instances of this in the last tournament that I played where I saw a line and I went, oh, it's probably bad. And it was the best line. I can see it.
That is so typical.
Yeah, and it happens a lot. it happens in many ways. You either miss a bunch of one movers, or you just constantly go home and like analyze the game and go, "What? I thought this was bad for me," but it's the best line. So, yeah, self-doubt, I would say, is the biggest one.
What I'm hearing then is that you just gotta feel amazing when you're here in Sweden. You gotta have a lot of cinnamon buns and have
I think
some happy days.
So far, I had one. The ones I had in Denmark were like a little better, but you know, I'm just being honest. I gotta have more.
Levy! They're literally Swedish. They were invented in Sweden.
Yeah, I know. I only know that because of IKEA, because they sell them in the basement.
Have you had them in IKEA?
Yeah, my mom used to get those, and she would get like lingonberry jam, like on certain things, and meatballs.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep this till after because I still have a couple things I want to ask you. But I have brought to you the absolute best cinnamon roll in the whole town.
Okay.
And I want you to prefer that one over the Danish one.
Okay.
So I'll give it to you.
Should, yeah. I'll try it.
Okay, amazing. I wanted to ask you as well, when you're playing chess, what are you thinking about? Do you
literally anything else?
Yeah, do you listen to music when you're playing chess? Like in your brain, you have music melodies going on?
When I play chess, I remix a lot of songs in my head, like songs play, and then I just add like stupid lyrics to them. I think like I get really motivated to improve as a human being when I play chess, because if my game is going well, I'm like, look at me, like I'm the man, like look what happens if I just, put in a little work. I just got to keep working hard, like GM is right around the corner. If I'm having a bad tournament, I'm like, man, I'm such a piece of garbage. Like I didn't work hard enough for this. I don't sleep well enough. I don't go to the gym enough. Like I'm going to change all of that when this tournament is over. If there's like distractions, I can very easily get attached to like a noise or some, player in the hall doing something stupid. That can sometimes bother me. But yeah, I don't do a really good job of focusing here. I do wonder sometimes, like, if I was heavily caffeinated, or if I took like any banned substance, whatever, banned, like they don't drug test, but I mean like Ritalin, ADHD, modafinil. I was like, I wonder if I would play better. I know people who have played on those things, both prescribed and not prescribed, and it's a really overblown thing. Like it does not have that big of an impact, but they have told me that like you're locked in. Like this is all your brain wants to think about. But yeah, I don't have any pills with me here, so, and I won't be staring, off into space. I will be here, and I'll probably be remixing songs as I play, and thinking like, oh, I wonder how much this wine costs, and like, yeah, random things.
So this means that when I'm doing commentary of the match, if I see you like looking up to the ceiling and you're super focused, it means that you have taken some form of something.
Yeah, no. If I'm staring here,
if
I'm staring here way too long, yeah. I mean, like we'll see, because again, I have no clue what to expect. People might be watching this, the match is done, but like sitting here before it, I don't know how I'll be feeling. I don't know if I'll be, tired, and sometimes sitting here is like too much. You look at the position for 15 minutes, but you've over-fried your brain already. And like, if you were playing a Blitz game, you would have made a move in 2 seconds, which would have been the best move. But 15 minutes gives you enough time to like find a bunch of ways that your idea doesn't work when it did. So you just like a total waste of time. It's very common. You spend 15 minutes, you make a move, and you go, wait, what about this move?
Yeah, literally, what? Like, sometimes you can even be holding the piece, and you're like, wait, why did I not just move this other piece and do this other move? Has that happened to you?
No, that's a personal problem. I don't have that. But no, I mean, I have like, I have, I'll make a move, I press, and like as I'm going to press the clock, I'm like, well, the clock is like, is there, like, I'm like, wait, doesn't my opponent just have this one response? And then, they think for 3 minutes, and I thought for 15, and then they play the best move. It happened like all the time in my most recent tournament. But again, that's a lot of calculation. I think your brain will pick up these things and evaluate correctly, which is a part of calculation. So, but yeah, if I'm staring too long here, I'm either really locked in and playing well, and I know that it's worth investing the time, or I've taken, something.
Okay.
But I won't say anything, yeah.
No. All right. Well, me and Alex in the commentary, we will know. I guess one of the final questions that I have is, you're doing this road to Grandmaster, and it's become a huge thing online. I mean, people are all rooting for you to become a Grandmaster. I'm rooting for you to become a grandmaster. Of course, I'm rooting for my mom a little bit more this tournament because she's my mother. But you know,
Also, she already is GM. There's no, there's no goal. Road to GM. She could be road to Super GM. Like.
Yeah. But I guess what I want to ask you is, how important is it for you to become a grandmaster? Is that something that is truly, truly so important to you that you will never feel satisfied if you don't become that?
I think deep down, yes. Like, I will always have questions of, could I have done it? So if I'm 50 years old, let's say, somewhere and sitting around, maybe I have like kids, maybe they're off in college. I don't know what life will look like in 22 years. I don't know if the world will exist in 22 years. Like, I don't know, we've got some presidential elections coming up. Like, we'll see. We do. You here in Sweden, and whoever watches this might not. So it's tough to say. Yeah, maybe in the future, if I never got it, I would sit and wonder if I could have done it, if I could have put a better effort forward. But I think a lot of that will also be offset with the stuff we do as content creators. So if I'm able to say I spread, the game of chess to like tens of millions of people who now have a chess book, who, bought a chess course, who reconnected with a relative, who got through a mental health crisis. Maybe I did, other things like built a chess school, or like I have a lot of ideas for how to make chess a more sustainable career for kids in the US so they don't just quit it after 8th grade. Probably I will be satisfied. But it would be really nice to become GM. Even in Spain, the tournament we were at together, there was that was like insane. I came back after 2 years and I was winning the tournament and I almost got a GM norm. In the middle of my game against Julio, the 8th round, where I was outplaying him, and if I won, it was basically clinching a GM norm. I got like emotional at the board and I had to get up and be like, what are you doing? Like, the game's not over. And, then I had another wave of emotions during that game. Like, he's dead. He has no chance. I'm so much better than him. Like, and then I lost. And like, that was crazy because I never thought I was going to lose that game. And I like went through everything. I went through like extreme happiness, like to the point that I was like, oh my God, I'm like going to cry. And that's when I learned, like, you got to just like chill out. This is going to be such a long journey. So definitely it means like something to me, but I think some of the stuff, can offset if I ever don't get it. That was a very convoluted way of answering it, but yeah, it's also maybe motivating for some people. I don't know, do you have a rating goal?
I have to reach 2,300 in my life, or
Okay.
I will be very upset with myself, because I
Okay.
really think I can do it.
Okay.
So that is my goal.
2,300, 2,500, it's like, those are the goals. I mean, if I get to 2,500, but I don't have the norms, I think I'll still be like kind of happy, because that's 150 points. And oh my God, the I Told You So tour that I will go on, where I clip everything everyone has ever said about this journey.
Yeah.
It's like, that video is going to be so legendary. The problem is, if I keep having bad tournaments, they're just going to get a lot more material to work with. So it's like, but people, yeah, like they want to see us fail. We have a lot. We want to succeed. We like are succeeding. So this humbles us. Chess humbles us. People kind of want to see you lose too.
Of course. Yeah.
But yeah, it would mean a lot. I don't think it means everything, but it means a lot. Yeah.
But what you have done with chess is like truly extraordinary. Like,
Thank you.
I don't know if I don't think I ever tell you. Millions of people tell you, but I also want to tell you.
Thank you.
Like, what you have done for chess is undescribable.
Okay, Sweden might be better than Denmark. We're winning. I never got complimented about my chess. No, actually, in Copenhagen, there was a lot of chess fans, and many of them didn't know why I was here. I was
Yeah,
like,
I didn't know you were going to Denmark. You just show up in Copenhagen.
No, but they didn't know.
Twitter.
They didn't know like the match was happening. They're like, "Why are you here?" I'm like, "I'm playing this match." They're like, "What? Is it going to be streamed?" I was like, "What a dumb question." Yes, obviously it's going to be streamed. Like, what do you think? I didn't tell any of them it was a dumb question. I was very nice, but yeah, I don't know. There's still a lot to do in chess. Some of the stuff that like you do, where you go out, interview people on the street, or like play in public, I'm so introverted. I would literally die trying to do that. But sometimes I'm like, yeah, I should also like get out of my comfort zone. So, we'll keep like making content. We'll let all the top players like pretend like they're world champions when Magnus isn't playing, and the world will keep on spinning. So that's what we'll do.
Exactly. And chess will keep on growing. Well, now that we're speaking of Sweden being better than Denmark, and I mean, you can say that Sweden is better than any other Scandinavian country now when we're at it as
Okay.
well.
I'm not being held at gunpoint, so
You are not. My hands are up in the air, okay? Can you please try my cinnamon roll?
it's here?
Yes!
Oh, I thought it was like after the match.
No, it's
Oh.
here! I brought it here,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was so upset because I thought you had never had a cinnamon roll, and the first thing you say when you enter through the door is, Lucy, where are our cinnamon rolls?
Oh.
And I
yeah,
panicked.
we brought cinnamon rolls to share for everybody. Oh, that's why you looked really confused. I was like, did we say something? Like, what? You were like, oh, cinnamon rolls. Yeah, I'll try it, sure.
Great thing to have in your
Okay.
pocket. Okay, all right. So this is, for me, my favorite one. I got two. I don't know why. I was feeling optimistic.
We
but
can save one for Lucy.
yeah, we'll save one. Okay. All right. This is it.
Okay.
What's the smell? Does it smell good?
Yeah, it smells good. You should have just told me it was like a random cinnamon roll, and then I would like have to rate it. You know, now I know it's the best. So.
No, it's my personal favorite. I really like it.
It's very good. It's very good. I would say like a lot of them taste on par though. Like what makes this one so special?
That it's not dry. All the ones are dry. You see how soft this one is?
Okay, yeah. But I would say like every cinnamon roll, no, the first one I had tasted great, but I just flew in. So I was really hungry, got a cinnamon roll, it was really dry, gross. But even that one tasted like better than what we have. Yeah, this is like, I mean, this is really good. Do I just like keep eating? I don't know how this works. Like,
Well, you can put it away. But 0 to 10, what do you think?
I mean, it's hard to say. Like, I guess it's a 10, but I would probably give it like a solid 9. I can put it. In
Okay, sounds good.
No, it's really good.
Okay, well, whilst you're here, I'm also going to force you to have Swedish meatballs, and I'm going to give you a whole Swedish cultural experience, because I don't know when you're coming to Sweden again. So be ready for me to give you a Swedish cultural experience.
Okay. I have to also like play a high stakes
I
like
know.
chess match. So
I'm not trying to.
yeah, I don't know. Like I gotta like be a player, but I can't like. I also have to be a tourist and.
We can do it after. We can do it after when the tournament. I don't want to disturb you from the match.
Yeah, like what Lucy and I do when we go to places is we just walk like 25,000 steps to try to see everything.
A day?
And that's what we did in Copenhagen, and that's what we did in Köln and Brussels. Yeah, we just like walk everywhere.
Oh my.
So we'll do that here too, if it doesn't rain.
Okay. Well, I'll pray to the weather gods that it doesn't rain. Well, let me just put this away.
It was really good. It was great. I'm totally not being held hostage here. It was really
I have
good.
never heard a more like
it's
unsure.
Super good.
sentence.
Come to Stockholm.
Okay. All right. You can say that again at the end. I'll ask you again at the end of the match.
Okay.
But very much good luck. It hurts to say it because obviously I'm my mother's daughter and I love her and I always want it to go well for her. But I think this match is going to be super exciting. And I am so happy that we're, doing this together and that you're going to play against my mom. This is almost a dream come true. Literally, the most famous chess YouTuber and chess personality in the world, facing my mom. It's a dream come true for her too. She thinks it's amazing.
Who's like the 4th most popular like in the world probably. I mean, she's like been in more. She's been in videos that have more views than any of mine. I'm just like this is pretty cool too. Like, you're the most famous Swedish chess player, right?
I think I am.
You can brag.
Yeah,
We have to
I
like
am.
boost the ego like a little bit,
I think I am, but yeah.
So number 1 and number 2,
Yeah.
and sorry, Nils.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I was going to say. Sorry, Nils. Please don't watch this. You're amazing, though. We think you're
Eric
great.
Blomqvist, Martin Lokander, Johnny Hector. Is he Swedish?
Yes?
You guys have that young guy Soderstrom. That's it. That's all. That's the only people I know.
How do you know all these people?
I follow chess. Do you not follow chess? Or
I mean, yes.
Blomqvist is your best player, right? He's like no after Nils.
Grandelius,
After
yeah.
Nils. After Nils. Yeah, second best.
Yeah. Do you know who Milton Panzer is?
Yeah. I know. Sorry. Yes, I knew him too. And I know you have the Korean guy who I play all the time online.
Young Min Seo.
Yes. That don't say his name. It will like give me nightmares.
Okay.
So, no, I'm really excited to play, and I have no clue what to expect, except tomorrow I get the white pieces. Pia can use my game against her bot to prepare.
Oh, yeah, you played her and you drew.
I was up a night. That was that game made me reconsider flying to Europe. But yeah, it should be fun, and hopefully people tune in. And
do you want to know something?
Okay.
My mom thought that you didn't beat her bot on purpose. She was like, "There's no way that Levy doesn't beat my bot. Like, what? Are you sure this is a real game?" And I was like, "Well, Mom, I guess so. Like,
no, yeah,
it's gotta be."
Sometimes it's hard for me to live record videos against bots. Like, my brain doesn't work the same way because I have to be entertaining and play good moves. And there's days I play horribly against bots, and then there's days I beat like the final bot of the month, which I've done a few times, like the 3100 bot or something. But yeah, I was playing the Pia bot, and I was getting really annoyed, and then I just started making bad moves. And I was like, wow, I thought I would like win one game, it would be like 1-1 and whatever. But no, I still haven't won. In fact, Pia and I played 2 games when we met in New York, and the second one I won on time in an equal position, but I forgot that game happened. So like, Pia's in my head. Like, I forgot I already beat her in one game, and then I had to like rewatch the video and go, oh yeah, that happened.
Wait, you beat her?
Yeah, on time. I mean, it was equal, but like,
I don't even remember this.
See, like, this game like never happened. It's in the video. It's on YouTube. There's like 4 million views, but I just like forgot the game happened. Because,
what?
Yeah, she beat me fair and square in the first game. The second game, it was complicated. There was still much chess left to be played. Then you tried to cheat and tell her she had like time like on the clock and she should play faster.
I'm
but
sorry.
It's okay. No,
it was the daughter genes
I know.
screaming.
But you're not going to be here, and you can't help her here.
I cannot, and I will not. It will be fully on just her sitting here tomorrow.
And the 5 days after that.
And the 5 days after that. It's going to be 22 games in total.
I guess we can shake hands even though Pia's not here.
Exactly.
So, good luck.
Good luck.
Hopefully the commentary is good. And thanks for watching. I'm not the host. She's supposed to say bye.
What? I don't want to interrupt you. Is that what you do in interviews? You interrupt the other person?
In the Hans one, yeah.
Okay, all right.
And on that note...
the interview is done now. So, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. The match is starting tomorrow. Gonna be, I think, one of the coolest matches ever. Right here in Stockholm, GothamChess versus Grandmaster Pia Cramling. Don't miss it. And if you're watching this after it, we'll then rewatch it because it was probably a really cool match. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you at the match. We'll see you at the match. Bye.
Bye.